Football Friday. I am your host, Brian Russell, alongside my partners in crime, Chris Woods, Danny Bradley. Gentlemen, week one is in the books, and we saw some exciting action.
Some great high school action tonight. All three teams, or four teams, including Polk County, in play tonight. And we got some interesting things to talk about once we get to the highlights and looking at some of the games tonight.
Yeah. Let's go to our Ed Jacobs and Associates scoreboard. And right there on top, you see Walker Valley getting a big win over Sequoia, 42-22. Mustangs looked awful good tonight. Cookeville, a 30-23 winner over Cleveland. Riverdale, a 42-7 winner over Bradley Central. Ottawa, a 24-20 winner over Siegel. Dobbins Bennett, a 38-7 winner over East Hamilton. Macaulay keeps on for Coffee County. So, guys, looking at those scores right there, of course, the Mustangs going 2-0, starting off the year. Cleveland, unfortunately, 0-2, another tough loss to Cookeville, and we'll get into those highlights here in a little. Bradley just couldn't get things going tonight against Riverdale. Some tough breaks. So I tell you what, why don't we go ahead and we'll take a break, and when we come back, we're going to start off with the Cleveland Blue Raiders highlights. We'll have those, and we'll talk more about that game. So stay with us here on WTNB Football Friday. More to come after this word from our sponsors.
My name is Dr. Gary Wojtik. Here at the Wojtik Center for Orthopedic Care, we specialize in general orthopedics, sports medicine, and workman's compensation injuries. I have over 17 years of experience in the field of orthopedic surgery. At the Wojtik Center for Orthopedic Care, our staff is top-notch. Not only are they talented professionals in the medical field, they are dedicated to their families and our local community. Our family loves to help your family stay on the move.
For over 25 years, Ed Jacobs and Associates has been treating each of our clients like business partners. Finding the right insurance for your employees shouldn't be that complicated or expensive. Receiving quality financial advice for you and your business should be even easier. We treat each client with respect and integrity and handle your situation as if it was our own. Call me today for your own free consultation.
Cleveland Tire Center is ready to help you in any way that it can. We're one of the largest Bridgestone and Firestone tire dealers in the area, and we have plenty of other brands for you to choose from. Our loyal mechanics have been with us for years, and each one works to ensure that you receive the timely performance you need. If you're looking for quality hometown service, then you found the right place. Save yourself some valuable time and money by doing the right thing the first time and stopping by our service center.
Welcome back to WTNB Football Friday. Brian Russell alongside Danny Bradley and Chris Woods. And let's take one more look at our Football Friday scoreboard presented by Ed Jacobs and Associate. And we'll run down some of those scores for you. Again, Walker Valley 42-22 winner. Cookeville a 30-23 winner over Cleveland.
It was Riverdale 42, Bradley Central 7. The Ottawa Owls outlasted Siegel 24-20, and East Hamilton losing to perennial powerhouse Dobbins Bennett 38-7.
Macaulay continued its big winning ways, winning 49-6 over McMinn County, and then Ray County 42-6 over Coffee County.
Yeah, the Golden Eagles looking good tonight from Ray County. All right, so let's get into our first game of the night. The Cleveland Blue Raiders hosting the Cookeville Cavaliers. And, of course, we had our camera crew out there, our great camera crew, Jay Miles out there shooting. And let's go ahead and get into the highlights.
Beautiful evening for football out at Cleveland Stadium.
Opening festivities there, cheerleaders getting ready to welcome the Blue Raiders onto the field. Student section pumped up. CHS Live was out there tonight.
See Cleveland come onto the field. The student sections were really pumped up for this game.
Yeah, we were over on the sitting over on the Cookville side. We had to move a few times because of all the baby powder going off.
Yeah, that's a new one for me.
Seen LeBron James do it. I've never seen football do it.
See a nice run by number 22. TJ making a run down the middle.
Yeah, Cleveland had it going early on, Chris. Driving down.
They really did until you saw TJ right at the goal line fumble the ball into the end zone for a touchback to negate that early score.
And then Vic Johnson for Cookville. He was a stud tonight. He had well over 200 yards rushing.
And this is a 42-yard pass from Matthew Collins to Zach Polston.
And that put Cookville up 8-0. They went for the 2-point conversion.
Which is good.
And then Cleveland again. Cleveland didn't have trouble moving the ball tonight. It's just when they got down into the red zone, they shot themselves in the foot a little bit with some penalties and turnovers.
Yeah, it was really when they got inside the red zone when they had issues.
A great 37-yard field goal there.
Yep, Brandon
for
Romero.
Cleveland. Yep, put the Raiders just down 8-3, but Cookville would come right back again. Vic Johnson, just all night long for Cookville. You see a 36-yard touchdown run. Again, Cookville would go for 2, and they would go up 16-3. But Austin Massey leading the Blue Raiders right back down the field. Good pass over the middle. I tell you, boys, when he sets his feet and takes his time, he's as good a quarterback as anybody in the county. I mean, just needs to take the time to set the feet. Made some excellent throws tonight. You see there, Cookville going for it from the 1-yard line, and no surprise, that's Vic Johnson again. And then the point after went ahead and put Cookville up 23-3 with 4:08 left to play in the second quarter. The Blue Raiders would try to get something going on offense. You see a reverse right there.
Keegan Jones with nowhere to go and just bottled up there in the backfield for Cleveland.
And then Vic Johnson again.
Does anyone play for Cookville besides Vic?
I'm telling you, that's a 14-yard touchdown run. There's 3 touchdowns right there in the first half by Johnson. Of course, Massey leading Cleveland right back down the field. I'd say Massey probably had close to 200 yards passing tonight, if not over 200 yards. And the Blue Raiders would go in down 30-3 at halftime. Again, Cleveland here in the second half. There's T.J. Parker. Again, things going, a nice little run. And then Massey getting away with throwing into triple coverage right there to number 5, Jacob Gibson. Great catch. And then Massey again hitting his tight end there over the middle. And then T.J. Parker would do the rest for Cleveland as he'd take it in. And the Blue Raiders would find themselves down 13-9 right there as you see the point after attempt bobble. Cookville then would just try to run some time off the clock.
Yeah, some good team defense there to stop Vic Johnson.
Right, and then Massey comes right back again, throwing. Nice little completion there to number
Robert Anderson.
Yep, number 17, Robert Anderson. Only a sophomore. Good-looking wide receiver for the Blue Raiders.
Nice downfield blocking and let pass by Rod Denard, number 7 there you saw just on the outside of the screen.
Right. So we go to the fourth quarter, Cleveland down 30-9, and Vic Johnson just plowing through Cleveland defense, but fumbles. A great play there by, was it number 36, I think, Michael Palmer?
Yeah, it looked like Michael Palmer stripped the ball. It was recovered by Cleveland.
And then number 28 again, T.J. Parker. He's a senior. He's a good-looking running back. Massey, unfortunately, taking a sack right there, but comes right back with a nice scramble. And man, is he a load when he gets out there on the edge.
Yeah, I think there was a case a couple times this evening where he had to hang on the ball a little longer than he wanted to get his receivers open, and allowed Cookville to get the sack.
Right, and there you see about 45-yard touchdown pass there to Rod Denard. That would make it 30-16 with 2:31 left. Now Cleveland right here, a pooch kick, and look, nobody for Cookville bothers to get the ball. Cleveland recovers, so the Blue Raiders have life. You see the student section going crazy. And then Massey would get out, nice little run there on the edge, takes it down the 18. Chris, he is a dangerous runner when he gets out there.
He's a very big quarterback that I would not want to get in the way of.
And then, of course, Massey would take it over on the QB keeper for a 1-yard pass, make it 30-23, and Cookeville would just kneel out the clock. Let's listen to Coach Crawford, what he had to say after the game.
Fight hard on the football field, fight in the classroom, be a good guy in the social life. And so we want to build a total individual here, and we think you can get on the football field. And, this is a disappointment, but a lot of valuable lessons here. If you play as hard as that for 4 quarters, then the outcome might be better. But we've got to be that blue collar, grind it out, find ways to make plays, we just got to find a way. I don't know any other better way to describe it than we just got to go back to work and continue to improve our young men and get better.
The first half wasn't too good for us, but second half we got our stuff together, came out better as hard as we could. Unfortunately, it just didn't go our way in the end. In McMinn County, they're always a scrappy team. It's a scrappy school in all sports. If we get a big lead, we have to hold it. We can't just sag off. So, we're going to prepare as hard as we can and play as hard as we can the entire game.
So there you go. A tough loss for the Blue Raiders there, but a lot of positives to build on tonight. Of course, coming off the 44-0 defeat to McCauley last week, but showed a lot of positives on offense tonight. They proved that they can move the ball. They're a dangerous team, not only running the ball, but passing. The defense looked better tonight than it did against McCauley. And it's going to take some time. Again, running a brand new defensive system, only their second, third week running this new defense. I think that's coming along. But you heard Rod Denard there talking about McMinn County, a big district game next week.
Yeah.
They're starting to turn things around, Dan.
They're starting to turn things around. We talked last week in week 0, 5 starters out on defense alone. T.J. Parker still not at 100%. You saw some glimpses of what could be there for him as we go through the year. Austin Massey, didn't get a chance to talk about it, but you saw him there in a couple of those runs when he hit the sideline. He switched the ball from his right hand to his left hand when he was heading to the left sideline. Those little things that Cleveland continues to improve upon, and that's one of the things, the past few years, they've started out 0-1, 0-2 in the hole, but end up being the last team playing. So,
and I think the great thing that you could take from this game, too, is that there was no quit in the kids. So they got down early at halftime, and they fought their way back late in the game to make it a 1-score game.
Right. Right. As a coach, that's what you want to see. You down 30-3, you don't want to see your team pack it in and just, okay, well, we're done. We'll go get them next week. No, Cleveland didn't quit. They stayed in the game. A lot of positives. Jacob Gibson, good-looking receiver, made some nice catches tonight. Rod Denard had a great game. Really showing off his abilities. Massey starting to feel more comfortable. And now let's not forget, Austin Massey last year was one of Cleveland's best linebackers. Yeah. This year they've asked him to come around and play quarterback. So that's not an easy adjustment going from a linebacker to a quarterback. Mm-hmm. It's not asking a defensive back. You're asking a linebacker to play quarterback. So only his third game, he's looking better each week. Robert Anderson, only a sophomore, made some nice catches. And, of course, T.J. Parker, who I think we can agree is one of the top running backs in the county, had a great game.
I'd say one of the top running backs in this area, not even just the county. Once he's at 100%, and I'm telling you, you'll see what we're talking about when you go see T.J. T.J. is a hoss to bring down when he's at 100%. He's out there right now contributing at the same level as others not at 100%. When he gets to 100%, teams better watch out.
Yeah. And let's talk about the Blue Raider defense here. Of course, we talked, all the talk's been about them switching defenses. But tonight they looked a lot better than they did against McCauley. And that's what you want to see, improvement every week. And we saw some big hits. T.J. Parker also asked to play defense tonight. Came up with some nice hits. The defense is coming along. So, next week against McMinn County, that's going to be a big test. It's a district game. Definitely one. We're asking McMinn County to come down into the Raider field. So that's a big game. So I expect a lot out of the Blue Raiders. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about Bradley Central and their game against Riverdale. and we'll have some more scores for you. So we'll be back after this message on WTNB Football Friday.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes or if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them. Auto Owners Insurance.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
East West Media is not the area's largest billboard company. They do, however, have the area's best billboard locations and most creative advertising ideas. If you need new customers in Bradley, McMinn, or North Hamilton County, you should give them a call and talk about what is important to your business.
Hello, my name is Andy Figglestar with Ed Jacobson Associates. We are an employee benefit and insurance broker in business for the past 20 years. The new healthcare law, also known as Obamacare, has finally arrived. The new law is complex and choices are confusing. You have questions, we have the answers. It is our passion to find cost-effective solutions for every client. Let our knowledge, experience, and passion go to work for you. Contact us today and let us assist you through this process.
Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
Companion Funeral and Cremation Service. A true single-family owned practice, Companion Funeral and Cremation Service offers options at half the price of other homes without a drop in service quality. Located on Georgetown Road, we're a neighbor that you know and a friend that you can trust. At Companion Funeral and Cremation Service, it's our family serving your family. We ensure that this is not just a day in your loved one's lifetime. It's a celebration of your loved one's lifetime in a single day.
Welcome back to WTNB Football Friday. Brian Russell alongside Danny Bradley and Chris Woods. And let's go back to the Ed Jacobson Associates scoreboard. Take a look at the scores one more time. Again, Walker Valley, a big 42-22 winner over Sequoia. Cookeville, a 30-23 winner over Cleveland. We just looked at those highlights. Cleveland, a lot of positives tonight. Riverdale, 42-7 win over Bradley Central.
Ottawa 24, Seagull 20, Dobbin Bennett 38, East Hamilton 7, McCallie, we talked about that, them rolling a little bit earlier, 49-6 over McMinn County, and then Ray County 42-6 over Coffee County.
Is that Ray County or Rahia?
I believe it's Ray County.
Okay.
Ray.
Just want to make sure.
Some people say Rahia. We're going to say Ray. For our friends up there, looking good. Golden Eagles picking up where they left off last season.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
2 games in, so yeah.
I'll tell you what, tough team, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Walker Valley's got to go up there next week, correct?
This will be the third straight undefeated team that Walker Valley will play, and yes, next week against Ray County. But first, we've got the Bradley Riverdale game to talk about now. Unfortunately, Riverdale
long way away. We couldn't get our camera crew out there and back and have the highlights in time. But we do have a game summary for all you Bears fans that may not have been able to make the trip out there, and so we'll talk about that real quick. And Chris, you want to take us through maybe some of just the game summary?
Yeah, I mean, from the report we got, Bradley started out really strong in the first quarter. In fact, I think somewhere 75 to 80% of their rushing yards was actually in the first quarter.
Right.
And it seemed kind of a theme, what we saw in the Cleveland game too, is that Bradley continued to get in the red zone, but couldn't score. I think it was 4 times within the 15-yard line, I believe.
Yeah.
And couldn't punch it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, four trips inside the 15, no points for the Bears.
I mean, and the Bradley Bears took the opening kickoff all the way, like I said, at the start, missed the field goal, botched snap, and Tyler Carpenter down to about the 1-yard line, tried to punch it in, couldn't get it in. Bradley, by all reports we heard the first quarter, it was all Bradley, but then the wheels fell off.
Yeah, 88 yards rushing for the Bears in that first quarter. And then in the second quarter, a shanked punt led to a Riverdale touchdown, and they got on the board with about 8:13 left in the second quarter. They had a 2-yard run to tie the game, and unfortunately for the Bears, that was the first of 42 straight points for Riverdale.
Yeah, 42 straight points. I mean, you know, when you think after the first quarter that you're really in the game, tough pill to swallow for the Bradley Bears.
Yeah, it really was. You know, so at the 4:53 mark of the second, Riverdale took the lead for good on a 24-yard touchdown pass for a touchdown. And that was the score at half. And then Bradley actually squibbed the opening kickoff, which gave the ball to the Warriors at the 41. And on that drive, Riverdale was faced with a 4th down, and Bradley Central made the stop. However, a personal foul call gave Riverdale the first down, kept the drive going. Unfortunately, that was the first of 4 personal fouls there in the second half for the Bears.
Yeah, you never want to see that happen. I'm sure the coaching staff, that'll be a big point of emphasis this week as they prepare for next week's game.
Yeah, you don't want to be in that highlight meeting, I don't think, tomorrow for Bradley and get called out for that.
Absolutely. I would not want to be any of the 4 guys.
No. I think there's going to be some kids running stairs tomorrow at Bradley Central, I would have to say. So the Bears lose, you know, they drop a tough one, 42-7. You know, last week, faced Polk County, crosstown rival. They got the big win. This week, did a little tougher contest against Riverdale. But, you know, some positives for the Bears. You know, 4 trips inside the 15. You just got to find a way to finish drives.
Yeah, it just says they're moving the ball, but it's the execution once in the red zone that really they'll probably be focusing on, along with those personal foul calls.
Where'd you go?
Welcome back.
There was a lady in distress that needed help crossing the street.
Hey, we were just talking about some football. Don't mind us.
All of a sudden I look over and he's gone, and I'm like, where'd he go?
There was an imbalance. There was an imbalance in the table there for a minute.
The earth was off
like,
its
we
axis.
were kind of leaning there towards the right, you know. So you're here to balance us back up. Riverdale, 253 yards rushing. A bright spot for Bradley. Cole Copeland, 16 of 32 for 226 yards and no interception. So Cole continuing his outstanding play in the first 2 games. Great young quarterback for Bradley. Hopefully they'll just find a way to finish off drives. I think this right here is the key stat for Bradley. 7 penalties, 80 yards.
Yeah, that's
4 of those personal foul calls.
Too much.
Sounds like my Detroit Lions there. Like personal foul.
Is Namik Sue playing for Bradley?
Sue, Fairley, I don't know. Personal foul calls. I'm used to this kind of stuff.
Maybe we should go over and run some stairs with Bradley tomorrow. I think we could use a slim down. Maybe I'll be joining the Bears out there tomorrow.
Get the medical staff on
They have the ambulance out there work out?
Coach Floyd, if you need some help, I'll come out there and run. Just have the AED on standby.
You heard that. Call him.
Yeah, I will come out and run the stairs.
Yeah, we'll get someone out there to record that too. For insurance purposes, mind you.
And YouTube.
Riverdale, 444 total yards. Bradley, 333. Now, Bradley, I guarantee you will win next week. Guarantee it.
Okay.
And why is that?
Maybe because they have an open week?
They have an open week. So I'm guaranteeing you right now, you heard it here first, WTNB, I'm making the prediction, Bears win next week.
Bears win or Bears don't lose?
I can't remember the last time that bye team won a game.
I can't wait for the calls next week to Brian on the show.
I'm guaranteeing
I can't wait.
I'm guaranteeing it. There will be no Bears players next week running steps. I guarantee you that. I tell you what, let's go ahead before this segment gets any worse and before Danny leaves again. Let's take a short break, and we will be back, and we'll talk about the Walker Valley game. All right. So stay with us. We'll be back on WTNB Football Friday in just a minute.
Hello, my name is Andy Figglestar with Ed Jacobson Associates. We are an employee benefit and insurance broker in business for the past 20 years. The new healthcare law, also known as Obamacare, has finally arrived. The new law is complex and choices are confusing. You have questions, we have the answers. It is our passion to find cost-effective solutions for every client. Let our knowledge, experience, and passion go to work for you. Contact us today and let us assist you through this process.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
Companion Funeral and Cremation Service. A true single-family owned practice, Companion Funeral and Cremation Service offers options at half the price of other homes without a drop in service quality. Located on Georgetown Road, we're a neighbor that you know and a friend that you can trust. At Companion Funeral and Cremation Service, it's our family serving your family. We ensure that this is not just a day in your loved one's lifetime. It's a celebration of your loved one's lifetime in a single day.
Cleveland Tire Center is ready to help you in any way that it can. We're one of the largest Bridgestone and Firestone tire dealers in the area, and we have plenty of other brands for you to choose from. Our loyal mechanics have been with us for years, and each one works to ensure that you receive the timely performance you need. If you're looking for quality hometown service, then you found the right place. Save yourself some valuable time and money by doing the right thing the first time and stopping by our service center.
Welcome back to Football Friday. I'm Chris Woods, along with Danny Bradley and Brian Russell. Let's go ahead and take a look at the scores once again. We have Walker Valley, big win tonight to go 2-0, 42-22 over Sequoia. Cookeville, 30-23 over Cleveland this evening. Riverdale, 42-7 over Bradley, which was the game we just highlighted. Ottawa 24 over Siegel, which that was really a comeback win by Ottawa. I believe it was 17-20 late in the fourth quarter, and Ottawa scored late. Dobbin Bennett 38-7 over East Hamilton. Macaulay 49 to McMinn County 6. Ray County, or Rhea County if you're Danny, 42-6 over Coffee County. And that's brought to you by Ed Jacobson Associates. Mr. Russell, I think we want to talk about the Walker Valley game with our on-site reporter, of course, Mr. Danny Bradley.
We couldn't get a camera crew there tonight, but we did one better. We got a in-game reporter here, and Danny was there. And Danny, why don't you take us through a little bit of that Walker Valley game?
Well, talked about, last week we said Walker Valley did and does this season start with monumental task. You know, the first 8 games are against playoff teams from last year. 6 of those 8 won their first game in the playoffs last year. And tonight, Sequoia, no different, made the playoffs last year. A big team. That's what Coach Ryan has said. Coach, you know, last week in the opening game, it was speed versus speed. This week, it was going to have to be power against power because Sequoia, you know, I jokingly call them the trees, you know, the Sequoia trees. They had some big ones planted. I mean, they had some big boys. And it was first quarter back and forth. Both teams went for it on 4th down a couple of times. Into the first quarter, it was 0-0, but Sequoia started in the first play, as a matter of fact, in the second quarter, scored, went for the 2-point conversion, or went for the point after attempt, I should say. It was bobbled, but the kicker was able to pick it up and kind of flick it forward to the receiver who crossed the goal line. Sequoia went up quickly, 8-0. Again, something we've talked about, Brian, on Walker Valley.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I was asking you when we were off the air, how many games now in a row is that Walker Valley has failed to score first? I mean, I can't think of a game last season where they scored first. And so far in the 2 games this year, they haven't. But the comeback kids, or the cardiac kids, as we like to call them, you know, came back and proved it again.
Well, tonight, both the quarterbacks, Josh Jones and also Colton Gibson, kind of used those duo quarterbacks. A lot of running backs tonight. Used obviously Avery Jones, Alex King, and then also brought in a new running back, Donnell Armour. So the 3 of them kind of controlled the ground game for Walker Valley, opened it up just enough for a few of the little out passes. But second quarter, Alex King was able to reel off a 45-yard touchdown. Walker Valley went ahead and went for the point after as opposed to going for the tie. Trailed 8-7 heading into early in the second quarter. Defense for Walker Valley tonight, just phenomenal. A couple of takeaways, a couple of fumbles. 4th and inches, stopped a few times. I mean, Reed Jacobs, Wilford Trail, Ben Clark, Cody Moorfield did a really great job. And then the freshman nose guard that we've talked about, Brian.
Isaiah Austin.
Yeah. Great job. He had a sack tonight at 10, 12 yards in the backfield. And I mean, he's a big freshman. He's got some learning to do, pick up a little bit of the speed read. But, I mean, once that defense got to going tonight, I mean, it was just one solid hit after another. Like I said, Josh Jones come in, couple of 2 or 3, 4 yard runs into the end zone for touchdowns. Alex King, like I said, with another 1 yard run up the middle in the third quarter. Walker Valley just poured it on. They're running away 42-22. Could have been worse. There were a couple of times, and with the high school, Sequoia fumbled a punt return. Walker Valley easily had that picked up and was going in for the score, but can't advance it like that.
Right.
Sequoia tried a couple of trick plays. A couple of them did work. A couple of them didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But Walker Valley, Coach Ryan, had his troops ready to go. They started slow, just like last week. Had a 15-yard personal foul penalty. We talked about that with the Bradley Bears game tonight. Had a couple of penalties in the first quarter. Kind of settled down, got in rhythm, and you just kind of knew that Sequoia was never going to climb back in this game. One of the things that I wish we had was some film from the game, was simply the fans there. The band and the students alone filled up the entire visitor side at Sequoia tonight. And then the parents of the band members, parents of the football players, filled the sidelines up and down around the fence. There was probably just as many Walker Valley fans that made the hour and 20-minute trip over to Sequoia as there were people from Sequoia.
Well, Walker Valley, 252-person marching band. So it sounds like the Mustangs have a good problem on their hands. They have 2 good young quarterbacks. I say young. Josh Jones is a junior. The other kid for Walker Valley is only a freshman, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then Avery Jones is a junior. I think overall the Mustangs have 11 seniors, 9 juniors. The rest are sophomore and freshmen.
They've got a very young class, and Donnell Armour, the one I was telling you about, the sophomore running back. He had, in the fourth quarter late in the game, had a 6-yard touchdown run. That put the Mustangs up 42-15. Avery Jones had several nice runs, didn't break the goal line, but, you know, when you have 2 quarterbacks that can throw the ball and you have 3-4 running backs that can run the ball, especially when you put Gibson in there at quarterback to run the ball, when Josh Jones can run the ball, you know, it's more of a controlled offense for Walker Valley. Did a great job. 2 weeks in a row, they put up a bunch of points, bunch of yards. Well, the rubber hits the road next week.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Bryce Gibson Jr.
Yeah.
So, next week against East Hamilton, that's going to be a test.
Yeah, and how was the pace tonight? Did you feel that the offense was still pressing that 15 to 20 seconds, or immediately getting up to the line at least, and then pressing the pace on?
There were several times where Walker Valley's offense was ready to go, and we had to wait for the referees to get out of the way. I mean, they were that. The offensive line was on the ball, ready to go. Everyone, each week, it looks like they continue to get better. I kind of joked and said this will be the 3rd undefeated team. It really will be. First week, no one had lost, so, they were undefeated last week. Sequoia this week, they were 1-0, beat them. Now, though, like I said, that's going to be a difficult task.
Well, of course, East Hamilton takes one on the chin tonight and loses, so Walker Valley may begin them at the right time. I tell you what, let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about next week's schedule. A lot of good games on tap. And a little later, we're going to get into some opening weekend of college football. So let's go ahead and take a break. More on WTNB Football Friday in just a minute.
My name is Dr. Gary Wojtek. Here at the Wojtek Center for Orthopedic Care, we specialize in general orthopedics, sports medicine, and workman's compensation injuries. I have over 17 years of experience in the field of orthopedic surgery. At the Wojtek Center for Orthopedic Care, our staff is top-notch. Not only are they talented professionals in the medical field, they are dedicated to their families and our local community. Our family loves to help your family stay on the move.
For over 25 years, Ed Jacobs and Associates has been treating each of our clients like business partners. Finding the right insurance for your employees shouldn't be that complicated or expensive. Receiving quality financial advice for you and your business should be even easier. We treat each client with respect and integrity and handle your situation as if it was our own. Call me today for your own free consultation.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes, or if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them. Auto Owners Insurance.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
East West Media is not the area's largest billboard company. They do, however, have the area's best billboard locations and most creative advertising ideas. If you need new customers in Bradley, McMinn, or North Hamilton County, you should give them a call and talk about what is important to your business.
Town Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Lefford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
And welcome back tonight to WTNB's Football Friday. Danny and the crew here. We've got the games underway. Let's go back to the scoreboard and go through some scores we've talked about. Walker Valley, the game we just finished highlighting. Winners tonight over Sequoia, 42-22. Cookeville upending Cleveland at Benny Monroe, 30-23, the final score there. Riverdale and Bradley Central. Riverdale all over Bradley, 42-7 at Riverdale tonight. Ooltewah, the Owls coming back to beat Siegel 24-20. Hurricanes of East Hamilton dropping one to Dobbins Bennett 38-7. McCauley rolling again 49-6 this week over McMinn County and Rhea County. Rhea.
Right.
See, I say I knew we were talking about that earlier.
Knew you were gonna
Ray
do it.
County 42, Coffee County 6. So some big scores on the scoreboard tonight. Walker Valley picking up the win. Cleveland and Bradley, unfortunately, not being able to. So maybe bring it back next week. The three of them get back into action, or two of them playing next week. Bradley's off. Think we have some shout-outs we want to give?
And again, that scoreboard brought to you by Ed Jacobs and Associates, so thank you to them for sponsoring the show. I wanted to get this out there last week, and I forgot, so that's my fault. But
we'll blame you.
That's fine. I'll take the blame.
And let me preface this. He's actually a Pitt fan, too.
I am a Pitt fan.
Andy forgot it.
That's what I was going to say. That makes it even worse. For those of you who don't know, we told you, none of us are from this area. I'm originally from Pennsylvania, so I'm a huge Pittsburgh Panther fan. So a couple years ago when Mr. Chad Wojtek announced that he was going to Pitt, I was doing a little jig in Cleveland, and we don't have that on tape, lucky for you, but I was very happy.
Seismic says otherwise. But.
And I just want to give a little shout out to Chad. That was announced like 2 weeks ago. I pretty much knew all summer reading the message boards that he was going to be the Panthers' starting quarterback. If anybody saw last year the bowl game that Pitt played in, he came in and played the second half due to an injury on Tom Savage and actually led the Panthers to a win. And he has been named the starting quarterback at Pitt. And the Panthers will open up against Delaware tomorrow. So
is that the Blue Hens?
That is the Blue Hens, the Delaware Blue Hens. So look for that. That game is on ESPN3 at 12 o'clock. So Chad, we're all proud of you here in Cleveland. Very proud of you that you went to Pitt. Congratulations on choosing a great institution to go to. And I am looking forward to you leading the Panthers to another national title this year. No pressure. No pressure.
Wait a minute.
No pressure.
He lost me on the
No
Pitt
pressure.
winning the national title.
And here
portion.
I was going to go back to 2 years ago because you actually had to go to see a Pitt bowl game, right?
I did. We went and saw him play Old Miss.
Oh, yeah, that's
And we're not going to talk about the outcome, but that was because they didn't have Chad quarterbacking. Had Chad been the quarterback, that was actually his redshirt year, they would have won that game. But seriously, congratulations to Chad. Go get him tomorrow. Looking for a great season out of you. And Dr. Wojtek, I'm sure you're going up to the game tomorrow at Pitt. We'll look forward to a great year for the Panthers. Chris, you have a shout-out here.
I do. While at the Cleveland game today, we were able to see some of the pregame from CHS Live out there today, which, if you don't know, for Cleveland High School is the #1 high school broadcasting in the South. So, and one of the top in the nation, too.
Right.
So a big shout out to that entire team, and especially to the broadcast teacher, John Souders, for the great work that he does over there. We really appreciate what you do for the kids and the broadcast team in general.
I'm sitting here thinking, okay, because one day you can grow up to be like us.
No, you're going to.
We had no formal training in this, right?
Yeah. No, but great, first-class production over there. I'm told that they used to have a blimp, and I was told this year they actually have drones. And we were kind of looking for them tonight. We didn't see them, so I don't know if they were grounded tonight or what. But seriously, first-rate production over there. Very happy to see those kids getting that opportunity. So great job.
You know, we talked about that last year when we were doing WTNB basketball games throughout the season, when we would go to the Raider Dome when we could. The other places when they had the filming, they had the crews there. The kids they're as professional as they can be, they are learning something. I mean,
Right.
you know, we do this for fun.
Right.
I mean, because we like talking about the kids. We love talking about the kids, actually, you know, all three of the high schools here. But, you know, when you can get that experience in high school, like we did not get that experience. And, you know,
Sure.
didn't have it. So just, you know, great job over there. You know, like you talked about CHS Live, and keep it up. You know, it is something that, you know, with technology and everything going forward the way it is, yeah, it's something to work for.
I just saw somebody fall off their couch at home when you said we've had no formal training. They're like, no, no, not at all. But you know, thank you to all the high schools who have opened the doors to us so far this season. Walker Valley, Bradley, Cleveland. You guys let us come in, film the pregame, film the practices. The coaches who have been very open and letting us talk to them. And again, we'll have more as the season rolls on. We're going to get some in-week interviews with the coaches during practice. Again, our goal is to get the kids' names out there as much as possible. I hope you saw that tonight, and you're going to see more of it week after week. It's all about the kids, and that's where we want to keep the focus on. I tell you what, let's go ahead and take another quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little college football opening weekend. We've already had some games on the schedule. There's a team in Knoxville that I think plays Sunday. I'm sure some people are interested in that. And don't shake your head. And we'll also talk about next week high school schedule. So stick with us. WTNB Football Friday. We'll be back in a minute.
Hello, my name is Andy Figglestar with Ed Jacobson Associates. We are an employee benefit and insurance broker in business for the past 20 years. The new healthcare law, also known as Obamacare, has finally arrived. The new law is complex and choices are confusing. You have questions, we have the answers. It is our passion to find cost-effective solutions for every client. Let our knowledge, experience, and passion go to work for you. Contact us today and let us assist you through this process.
Companion Funeral and Cremation Service. A true single-family owned practice, Companion Funeral and Cremation Service offers options at half the price of other homes without a drop in service quality. Located on Georgetown Road, we're a neighbor that you know and a friend that you can trust. At Companion Funeral and Cremation Service, it's our family serving your family. We ensure that this is not just a day in your loved one's lifetime. It's a celebration of your loved one's lifetime in a single day.
My name is Dr. Gary Wojtik. Here at the Wojtik Center for Orthopedic Care, we specialize in general orthopedics, sports medicine, and workman's compensation injuries. I have over 17 years of experience in the field of orthopedic surgery. At the Wojtik Center for Orthopedic Care, our staff is top-notch. Not only are they talented professionals in the medical field, they are dedicated to their families and our local community. Our family loves to help your family stay on the move.
Cleveland Tire Center is ready to help you in any way that it can. We're one of the largest Bridgestone and Firestone tire dealers in the area, and we have plenty of other brands for you to choose from. Our loyal mechanics have been with us for years, and each one works to ensure that you receive the timely performance you need. If you're looking for quality hometown service, then you found the right place. Save yourself some valuable time and money by doing the right thing the first time and stopping by our service center.
Americana, where trucks are big and bold, and a handshake is firm, and your word is gold. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens is a $2,000 drive. Maybe you're coming from here or here, doesn't matter. Buying a truck from Don Ledford in Athens will save you at least $2,000. Don Ledford Chevy Buick GMC in Athens, a $2,000 drive worth making.
I'll take that drive every time.
Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast in Cleveland, is the place to find quality pre-owned cars and trucks. Kyle offers on-the-spot financing on all vehicles on the lot. Each pre-owned vehicle goes through a complete inspection to make sure each car and truck meets the Kyle Motors standard. Warranty and extended warranties available on all vehicles. Kyle Motors will sell you a car or truck that you will be proud to drive for many years to come. See Tony, Bill, Dale, James, or David and let them put you in your next quality pre-owned vehicle. Kyle Motors, 802 20th Street Southeast. Phone 790-7100.
For over 25 years, Ed Jacobson Associates has been treating each of our clients like business partners. Finding the right insurance for your employees shouldn't be that complicated or expensive. Receiving quality financial advice for you and your business should be even easier. We treat each client with respect and integrity and handle your situation as if it was our own. Call me today for your own free consultation.
East West Media is not the area's largest billboard company. They do, however, have the area's best billboard locations and most creative advertising ideas. If you need new customers in Bradley, McMinn, or North Hamilton County, you should give them a call and talk about what is important to your business.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes or if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them. Auto Owners Insurance.
Welcome back to WTNB Football Friday. Brian Russell alongside Chris Woods, Danny Bradley. We're gonna go over some college previews here real quick. But before we do that, another shout out here, a little feature. Many of you may remember Logan Fetzner. He was a former running back at Bradley Central. Well, he has just made the Tennessee Volunteers roster as a wide receiver. And we have an exclusive interview with him. If you will go to WTNB TV on our Facebook page, you can see that exclusive interview that our producer, Jay Miles, did with him. A great interview. Watched it last night. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss that, especially if you're a Bradley Central fan. But congratulations to Logan. Best of luck at UT. Danny, you have a shout-out for Tennessee Christian?
Yeah, TCPS, another one of the teams here in the area. In their second season of varsity football. First home game this season is going to be September 9th at TCPS. And this year, actually, one of their first varsity games against Copper Basin, one of the area teams here, as opposed to having to drive hours or have teams drive hours in to play against TCPS. So congratulations to them. We're going to try to have a reporter out there to cover that game and maybe a couple of the other games if we could possibly get them. Try to start getting some information on TCPS. Also, too, like to go back just a moment for that Walker Valley and talk. Again, the defense tonight we talked about, and some of the one, Reed Jacobs, but Jake Johnson, Brandon Panis, Dallas Kirkendall, Hunter Newport, Brandon Jacobs, Will Frutrell, Ben Clark, Cody Moorfield tonight. The defense for Walker Valley stepped up, and the big difference in that ball game for the Mustangs tonight. We'll try to pull some of these players in that we've talked about and from the past couple of years. For instance, we were just talking when we were on break about last night UTC going up and playing, what was the Chippewas?
The Chippewas of Central Michigan.
4-point losers, and give them everything they had. A couple of Bradley players, Cleveland players, some Walker Valley players over there. UTC making the trip. And maybe try to get some one-on-ones with a couple of them over at UTC.
Yeah. UTC #1 recruiting class in the FBS division this year, so expect a lot of good things out of them. Tough place to play up there. Central Michigan, Chippewas been to a bowl game last couple of years. So UTC, nothing to hang their heads about in that 4-point loss. Some college football has started, has already been played. Just real quick, we're going to just talk about some of the scores. Texas A&M hammering South Carolina last night, 52-28. Some team from Mississippi.
Hotty toddy.
Oh, Ole Miss, yes. Ole Miss won 35-13.
Okay,
now,
enough.
Wait, you
enough
want to
with
talk
this
about
SEC talk. What about the Big Ten?
What about
Am I in the wrong state?
You're going to get shot
the wrong
down here,
state? You're in the wrong region.
Everybody just went at home going, big what? Big Ten.
Big Ten.
Big Ten has what, 17 teams
Yeah,
now?
Big Ten with 14 teams in it.
SEC has Vanderbilt.
Hey,
what happened to them last night?
He's new, folks. He's just, like I said, none of us
you guys
are
get me
from
worked
here,
up about this. Nobody talks about the Big Ten.
There is a team about 70 miles north of here that wears this color that opens up Sunday night against Utah State.
First sellout in the opening since 2007. Butch Jones, he is the man. He has the team back on track. At least that's what they think. So let's. I mean, I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, got the team on track.
Except when they play over.
Heard he's very popular with the ladies in Knoxville.
So let's get this straight. You guys are going to be the SEC reporters for our, maybe 5-minute update each week. I'm going to be the Big Ten reporter.
If there's anything to report out of the Big Ten.
Let's just say Big Ten, SEC,
just
and I'll do the ACC. I will support Chad and my Pitt Panthers.
I'll take Notre Dame, too.
I'll tell you what, hey, real quick, let's go back to the scoreboard. Let's take one final look at our high school games this week, and we'll run down those scores. Walker Valley 42-22 winner over Sequoia. Cleveland a 30-23 loser over Cookeville. Riverdale 42-7 winner over Bradley Central. Ottawa 24-20 winner over Siegel. Dobbins Bennett a 38-7 winner over East Hamilton. McCauley 49-6 over McMinn County. Ray County, the Golden Eagles stay undefeated, 42-6 winner over Coffee County. Let's talk about next week's schedule. A lot of good football games on tap. 2 of our area teams will be in action, both here. So Bradley Central is on a break. Danny, Walker Valley. Actually, I say here, I'm sorry, Walker Valley will actually go down to East Hamilton, correct?
Walker Valley will be traveling to East Hamilton, second of their 3rd straight road games to start the first part of the season.
And we will have those highlights. We will have a camera crew at that game. And then Cleveland
will be hosting McMinn County, also kicking off the first district game in 5-3A for both McMinn County and for Cleveland, I guess I should say, for the.
That's a big rivalry. That's actually the first high school football game I ever attended when I came down here about 14 years ago. Was Cleveland McMinn County. So that's always a tough battle, and that'll be at Bay Monroe Stadium, Raider Field next week. So
as we talked about too, Bradley, after going 1-1 to start the season, has a week off to kind of regroup after the game tonight. So we'll see how they bounce back next week.
Yeah, and that's going to be the good thing for Bradley, maybe the bad thing for Walker Valley. Bradley has a whole week to prepare for that Walker Valley contest week after next.
Right, they have
Hickson.
Hickson.
I say that, I'm sorry. They have Walker Valley has Ray County. Bradley will have a game that week, so they're off getting ready for their game next week.
Yep. Bradley will have Hickson before they take on Walker Valley.
And the Mustangs have never beat the Bears, so looking to get their first win over Bradley this year. They beat Cleveland twice, never beat Bradley, never beat Polk County.
Or McMinn County.
So
that's 3 games we're looking for this year. I mean,
well, week 1 in the books. Hard to say week 1, should be week 2, but we won't get into that. That's a different argument for a different time.
Let me stop you right there before we talk about Cleveland next week too.
Yeah.
You talked about they play September 5th against Lafayette.
Yeah, September.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading the wrong schedule.
You're reading the wrong schedule. Don't confuse me.
Forget.
McMinn County. So, ladies and gentlemen, tune in next week. Football Friday. We will hopefully be live Friday night at 11 o'clock. Join us then. Thank you to Ed Jacobson Associates for sponsoring the show. We are out of here. Until then, we will see you next week.